The city of Shenzhen never truly sleeps. Its skyline glows late into the night, each window a testament to relentless ambition. Inside these towers, young professionals like Li Wei work long after dark. This is the world of 996, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. For many, it's not just a schedule, it's a way of life. The day starts with a rushed commute and ends with a weary ride home, leaving little time for anything else. Li Wei, a young programmer, came to the city with dreams of building the next big app. The reality? Endless cycles of code, meetings, and instant noodles at his desk. His social life faded. Calls to his parents grew shorter. The city's energy became just a backdrop to his endless workdays. The rhythm of 996 is relentless. Weekends blur into workdays. Birthdays are marked by a quick cake in the office pantry. Holidays cut short by urgent requests. The line between personal life and work vanishes. Colleagues become a second family, bonded by exhaustion more than connection. This culture isn't hidden. Some of China's tech billionaires once promoted it as the secret to success and economic growth. Young people were told 996 was a badge of honor, a path to a better future and financial stability. But for many, the cost is becoming too high to bear. The promise of reward is fading, replaced by fatigue and disillusionment. The city's lights shine bright, but for those inside, the glow is a constant reminder of the machine they keep running. The 996 culture consumes not just time, but hope. For Li Wei and millions like him, the dream is slipping further away. The question remains, how much longer can they endure? The cost of ambition is now measured in lost time, lost health, and lost dreams. In China's tech sector, overtime isn't optional, it's expected. Contracts may say 9 to 6, but leaving at 6 is seen as laziness. For Chen, a young marketing specialist, the pressure to stay late was immense, even when her work was done. Unpaid overtime creates a toxic competition. It's not about productivity, but who can endure the longest hours. This performative workaholism rewards presence over results. The last to leave wins an imaginary prize. The result? Burnout. Employees are physically present but mentally drained, creativity gone. Companies benefit. More work, no extra pay. In competitive industries, this keeps costs down and output high. For workers, the trade-off is personal time and health for job security. With millions of ambitious graduates, few feel they can refuse. China's labor laws mandate limits and overtime pay, but enforcement is weak. Reporting violations risks blacklisting or firing. The power dynamic favors employers. The gap between law and reality is vast. Unpaid overtime is a hidden subsidy, paid with workers' time and health. It's a silent agreement that defines the modern workplace for millions. The culture of overwork is self-perpetuating. Everyone stays late because everyone else does. The cost is invisible but immense. Lost evenings, lost weekends, lost well-being. For many, the only way out is to endure or burn out. The system thrives on silent sacrifice, and the silence grows louder every day. Quitting a draining job isn't simple in China's hyper-competitive market. A position at a top company is a badge of pride and status. Leaving can feel like failure, compounded by the daunting prospect of finding a new job among millions of graduates. High living costs, student loans, and family obligations create golden handcuffs. The salary is hard to give up, even as health suffers. The security of a steady paycheck outweighs the desire for balance. Frequent job changes or resume gaps are frowned upon, making it risky to leave too soon. Career anxiety forces many to endure misery for future prospects. Wang, a data analyst, hated his job but stayed. The fear of uncertainty, disappointing his parents, and losing status kept him trapped. Each morning, he dragged himself out of bed, caught between present misery and future fear. The cycle repeats: ambition, exhaustion, and resignation. The cost of quitting feels higher than the cost of staying. For many, the dream job becomes a gilded cage. The pressure to succeed is relentless, and the fear of falling behind is ever present. The system rewards endurance, not happiness. And so, millions stay, hoping the sacrifice will someday be worth it. In China, Chiku, eating bitterness, is a virtue. Enduring hardship is seen as strength, a legacy of collective struggle. In the corporate world, long hours are framed as modern Chiku, a necessary step to success. But this normalization of overwork has consequences. Burnout, anxiety, and depression. Mental health remains taboo. Seeking help is often seen as weakness. Family expectations add pressure. Parents want a return on their sacrifices, measured by job title and salary. Filial piety makes it harder to admit struggle or choose a healthier path. Stories of young workers collapsing from exhaustion are now common, sparking debate about the true cost of 996. The younger generation is beginning to question whether the sacrifice is worth it, and if another way is possible. In response to 996, a quiet rebellion has emerged, Tangping, or lying flat. It's not laziness, but a conscious choice to reject the rat race, doing the bare minimum, prioritizing well-being over status. Lying flat means choosing lower-paying jobs, less stress, and more personal time. The movement resonates with millions disillusioned by endless competition. Success is redefined, not wealth, but freedom and contentment. Some move to smaller towns, others simply stop striving for promotions. Another response is bylan, or let it rot. A passive acceptance, doing just enough to get by. Both are forms of quiet quitting, born from burnout and disillusionment. These aren't just internet memes, they signal a generational shift. The government urges ambition, but many no longer believe hard work guarantees a better future. Lying flat is a search for meaning in a system that feels broken. Burnout isn't unique to China. In South Korea, gurosa means death by overwork. In Japan, it's karoshi. In the West, hustle culture glorifies constant work, blurring life and labor. Technology keeps us connected to the office 24/7. The pandemic erased boundaries between home and work, fueling global burnout. The Great Resignation saw millions quit in search of balance and meaning. The pressures, high costs, debt, job insecurity, are universal. The promise that hard work guarantees a good life is fading everywhere. The problem isn't just culture, it's the structure of modern capitalism, valuing productivity over well-being. Lying flat in China echoes quiet quitting and anti-work movements in the West. Workers worldwide are questioning old rules, seeking a more sustainable way to live and work. The language differs, but the exhaustion is universal. Burnout is often framed as personal failure, poor time management, lack of resilience. The usual advice? Self-care. But this ignores the real problem, a system that celebrates overwork and treats people as disposable. Burnout is a structural issue, not an individual flaw. No amount of meditation can fix a toxic workplace or economic insecurity. Real change requires companies and policymakers to create healthier environments, respecting time, paying for all hours, and valuing rest. It's about designing work for humans, not forcing humans to fit the machine. The burnout crisis demands we redefine success, not just economic output, but healthy, fulfilling lives. The quiet rebellion of China's youth is a call for a more humane future of work. Their questions resonate far beyond China's borders. It's time for all of us to answer.